Okay, I want to show you guys how to construct a program on your calculator to do the quadratic formula. All right, so this is just illustrating, of course, what we already know. A quadratic is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. It's a quadratic equation. A quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, okay? This is just an example problem that if at all, first order business would probably be to try to factor it, okay, to find your solutions. And if that is not the case, then of course we can always resort to the quadratic formula, all right? This is something that's very easy to program. I'm showing you implementing quadratic formula. I got the same answers on both, okay? We understand that this component of the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac, is called the discriminant. That's called the discriminant. That's the term underneath the radical sign, which we should know when it is positive. We will have two solutions. When it is 0, we will have one solution. And when it's less than 0, a negative number, you will have no real solutions, but you will have two imaginary solutions. The nature of imaginary solutions will be discussed at a later time. Okay, so let us show you. I have a program. I'm going to go to my calculator. I have a program. I've called it Quad, okay? And Quad is going to, when executed, ask me three things. The three things it's going to ask for are A, B, and C. So for my sample problem, A is 2, okay? B is 1, and C is negative 3. So I want to make sure I key that in as negative. That's using that key first, negative 3. Once I enter, okay, you can see it reports to me the answers, negative 3/2 and 1, which are synonymous what I have here, okay? Now, let me go in and show you, come back to the home screen, okay? I'm going to my apps. I'm going to go to show you the program, okay? So in the apps, I go to Program Editor. There's three options there, okay? I want to open that for you and show you that we're going to take a look at that program, okay? And then we're going to build that for you, okay? So I have a whole lot of programs in here. There's Quad right there, okay? So I'm going to enter, and I'm going to show you that that's the program right there. That's the program. That's the Quad program in its entirety, okay? It wants to know. You got to feed in A, B, and C. And then, okay, you can see there's a line here executing the Quad formula, okay? The discriminant right there. The equals key is using this store button, okay? So where it sees that arrow, that's you don't want to use equals. You want to assign that computation value, that b squared minus 4ac wants to be assigned to a variable d, okay? There is no dual sign, plus or minus sign. So you can see I entered negative b plus radical d over 2a and negative d minus, okay? I've assigned each of those to another value, p and q, okay? And then in the final assessment, I've asked it to display for me those two values of p and q. So let's escape from this. That is the second quit, okay? I'm going to build a program from scratch. I'm going to have to call it something different because I've already have Quad, but okay, let's just run you through that. I'm going to go through the apps again. I'm going to go down to the program editor, and this time I'm going to tell it I want to construct a new program. A new program wants to be constructed. We want to give it a name. The name now, the keypads are activated as alphabetic pads, which means you don't have to push this alpha to give it a name, okay? I'm just going to give it the name AB, okay? I'm going to enter that, and it takes me to this. Now, all these three lines that are showed, you cannot eliminate those. Those are programming lines. Everything in between is going to be, okay, what we build, how we build the program. Okay, all those are input and output. They're all activated by I/O. That's the F3 menu. The F3 menu. Okay, my program. You can either use input or prompt for putting things in. Input or prompt will put it in. Display will spit it out. Okay. I'm going to use prompt just to show you the difference. Use prompt. Prompt alpha A. I'm going to enter that. And I seem to have a little glitch here, and I'll show you how we're going to get around that, because that end program, I need to put that in. Okay, so I don't know why my program is doing this, I don't know, but let's just, I'm going to, if this were not in here, okay, there's a real glitch here. I don't know what is up with that, but okay. I will have to come in and put that end program in. I can't type it in, I got to get it as a command. So let's just go and proceed with building that. Hopefully yours doesn't do that, okay? But, okay, and then F3 again for prompt B, prompt B, prompt alpha B. Lowercase, uppercase letters makes no difference, okay? F3 prompt alpha C. Alpha C. And I believe you probably could do prompt A, comma B, comma C, okay? And as one line, okay? Next, we want to assign the discriminant, okay? And that is, okay, I would just use my parentheses and assign alpha B, the quantity squared, minus 4 times alpha A times alpha B, okay, close parenthesis, assign, that's with a store, to a variable D, okay, to variable D, all right. Now I want to do my computation here, okay, that numerator negative B minus has to be entered twice, okay? So numerator should be within one set of parentheses, the denominator within the other. So I'm going to put my numerator in. Okay, again, I want the opposite. This is your opposite key, opposite of alpha B, opposite of alpha B, okay? We're going to do plus, and now we got the square root of D, okay? So we're going to activate second root. I'm going to have to put in alpha D in there, okay? I'm going to have to close my root parenthesis, then close my numerator parenthesis, and divide by my denominator, which I'm going to write as 2 and times A. Didn't get that A in there. Got to go alpha. I hit that alpha key every time I'm putting in a variable. Okay, and that is going to be assigned as alpha P. I guess we'll use P. Alpha P. All right. P is down here. Okay. Now I'm going to try something because I'm going to see if I can do a copy and paste. Okay, so I can. So I'm just going to escape that, and I think if I can, well, let's see what happens. F2, F1, okay, copy, and I don't know if I can do that. Probably not. I thought I could. Okay, it's not seeming to work in the program, so I'm just going to type it again, this time with a type item for item up there. That's the opposite alpha B. This time I'm going minus, okay? Square root, okay? Second root, parenthesis, G, okay, alpha D, close parenthesis for the numerator. This line is verbatim, okay? Except for the sign and the fact that it's going to be called Q. Divide it by 2 times alpha A, okay? And this is going to be assigned to alpha Q. Alpha Q. Okay. Lastly, we want to display. I mean, we've put in the A, B, and C. We've manipulated the A, B, and C, but we have to see the answer. So F3 is going to be telling us to display, okay, and display P comma Q. That's alpha P comma Q, alpha Q, and then you shouldn't have had it. You shouldn't have to put that end program in, but mine got wiped out, so I have to put it in again. And then in order to do that, you can't type it in. It's a command, so it's everything that's a command. Every computational command is in the catalog. And once you're in the catalog, the alphabet key is activated. So I push E, and I'm going to scroll down and get that end program out of here. There it is. Okay, and then my program is done. Okay, you might want to freeze that videos just so you can copy that line for line. Okay, when we want to execute it, okay, I'm going to get out of this, so I'm just going to second escape. Okay, I'm going to go back to my main home screen. In order to find my program, I remember it's called AB, and you can see here. If you remember what it's called, you can just type that in, followed by the parentheses, open and close. Okay, or if you are a loss for it, you can go to the second variable, and you can scroll down through the list. Mine's going to be extensive. Okay, there's my AB. That was program. Okay, all programs begin with a parenthesis but won't be activated until you close that parenthesis, and then I enter. Okay, and I'm prompted for A. So A in this case is 2. Enter. I'm prompted for B, which is 1. Enter. C is -3. Make sure it's not this sign. It's the opposite sign. 3. Okay, enter. And I got a difficulty issue here, which means I typed something wrong. And so I did something wrong, and I'm going to have to figure that out and be right back with that. Okay, I went through and saw where my error was in my program up here. As we know, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, and I have b squared minus 4ab. So that's why I had a problem. So and that can happen. So let's just replace that with. I think I can just go and move that over and replace that 4 times alpha, just 4 b squared minus 4a ac, right? I had ab, and so alpha c goes in there, okay, and that's going to be assigned to alpha d, all right? And then this should now be, I don't really want, if I make a correction, it's I really don't have to enter another line. That would kind of mess things up. So this should be fine now, okay? Let's go and try to execute it. Hopefully this time around it's going to be fine, okay? So we're just going to second quit. We're back here. We're going to execute it, okay? We've got 2 as A, okay? 1 as our B term, and -3 as our C term, and it gives us, there you go, 1 3/2, -3/2 as our answer. So it is good to go, okay? So again, if you want to just copy this program and you want to see it, I'm going to home screen, I'm going to the apps, I'm going to the program editor, okay? I'm going to scroll over, I'm going to open, okay? I'm going to open that, and I'm going to find it there, that variable, okay, AB, that's the name of it. And there's my computations, okay? So you can spend the time to execute that. And I think that if this comes up with a non-real solution, it's probably going to say something like false. You can check that, okay? Sorry, this got a little long, but that's your program.